all right. Let's get this party started. Parasite, how you doing? Cabby, it's been a while. Mr. Joe, how you doing? How you doing? TB, good day, good day. Oh boy, I don't know what the hell I am doing up so early, but here I am. So let's get this craziness on the go. Let's get her going. Let's see. Ooh, somebody got uncollected. Mr. Cabby, congratulations. Billy D, how you doing? How you doing? Let's see here. So we're looking good there. We're looking good here. Okay. So I'm going to start off. Going to put up about 500,000 in the summoner trials, and then we'll go on over to the 6-star basic. That's going to be the plan for now. What's everybody else up to on this, well, for me, fabulous Friday morning? Should I rank Aegon at Sig 50 or rank Stealth Spidey Unawakened? Probably Aegon. Stealth Spidey's pretty... He has his uses, but one of the big things that he was not necessarily hyped, but one of his big benefits was his slow. And I think there's other champions that might actually do it better now. So, although you don't have that many characters in the skill class that have that ability, but for Aegon, the big thing would be if you've got like LOL or AOL that you're planning to do at some point. If you're not intending to do LOL or AOL, Aegon would lose his value to a fair bit. You could still use him for other stuff, but his biggest use is for long fights and building up that combo. But yeah, if it were me, I would go Aegon. So you get uncollected, and now you got all these decisions to make, eh? George, how you doing? How's your Friday coming along? Man, the game's been a little bit weird for me. I was trying to do the week 10 of Summer Pain yesterday. I got to the Grand Master, and I could not evade his L1 for anything. Luckily, I had a bunch of revives and health pots that were going to expire in a day or two. So I used those, and then I quit out. And then this morning, I went to do an AQ fight, and I had just restarted my phone, went to do an AQ fight, and it just hung. And, yeah, I don't know. It's been a little bit weird. But it could just be my phone, more than anything. Aegon is a future investment. I would go stealthy, to be honest. Aegon is good, but not too much use for him, especially earlier on. Yeah, for Act 5, maybe not so much, but later in Act 6, you're not going to get him to max combo.
We got him.
But you can get his combo going. Techno, thank you for the follow. What the hell are you doing up so early? I don't know. And I didn't go to bed. I went to bed maybe a little earlier than usual, but I woke up at like 4 or 5, and maybe this was my problem. I checked my phone, got into the game, and then within like 20 minutes I was like wide awake. I'm like, well, I guess we'll just get up for the day now. We already got this nonsense started. I'm just looking to progress and explore stuff. Yeah, I would go Aegon, because you're going to get more use out of him. Because later on, what you're talking a 4 or 5-star? Because yeah, 5-star, I would invest into him now. Stealthy has his uses for sure, But his biggest thing is he's a damage dealer, and there's tons of damage dealers. Like I said, one of the big things for him was his slow, where you've got other characters with that capability as well. And I think overall 5-star. Yeah, I think overall, like investing in Aegon now is going to help you out in the long run. He's not necessarily going to be your go-to for everything, but nor would Stealthy. But I think Aegon would be more applicable in more areas. The only issue with Aegon is that is the ramp up, which at Sig, because for shorter content you want him at a higher Sig actually, because then he'll ramp up quicker. Pradeep, how you doing? There was a while ago. Must have been last fall, maybe? No, it was earlier in the new year. Maybe it has something to do with the temperature. But where I was getting up relatively early each day and streaming for like an hour or so, or 2 hours or so in the morning. This is the first time in quite a while. And for like the last little while when I've been waking up early, I've just gone back to sleep. But today I was like, I'm up. So here we are. I think I'm annoyed with the Summer Pain thing too, because getting to the Grandmaster was fine, but yeah, just not being able to do anything in that, like I couldn't even get a % off, and that was just frustrating the hell out of me. Keep seeking Aegon and when 200, then rank up. Well, you could rank him up before he's 200. Like he doesn't have to be max rank to use. The higher the rank, the better he'd be overall, because he'll keep more Sig. But the higher the rank, the better he would be for shorter content. Because long fights, you're gonna be at max combo pretty within a couple fights, 2-3 fights. For shorter fights, you're not gonna have as many hits, so you want to save every hit that you can. I've not been on your live for a long time, maybe a year. Feels good to be back. It's good to have you back, George. But that was what I was just saying about the getting up early, though. If you were somebody that was here when I was streaming early and I haven't been doing it for a while, well, that would explain why you haven't been around. Sandy, how you doing? Supersonic? What is Shakalakin? Shidian? How you doing? So apparently, there's a lot of you that are looking to watch MCOC stuff in the morning, or my morning anyways. I guess for the people in the UK, it's early afternoon, right? Yeah, it'd be what, about 2:30 in the afternoon or so? So what you got in Summer Pain? Pain. Well, frustration. At least from week 10. But I think I'm gonna have it go again either today or Sunday. And if it's the same nonsense where I just can't get away from the L1, then I just won't bother. But I think, yeah, so long as I can do some kind of damage in phase 1, then I'll use the resources to at least get the completion. But yeah. But if you're talking about for the items that we received on Wednesday, I took a skill and a science T5cc, and I went mutant for the Nexus, and I chose rogue. I think the video is going to go live on Monday. Yeah, the video is going to go live on Monday. I mean, it's like a minute and something. It's just the two, T5cc and the Nexus. But it's kind of funny. It like none of the champions there were ones that I wanted, but it is the reason I went mutant, because all three of them, I don't like. I think I may end up using. Well, I don't know if I'd use Rogue for anything in particular. What am I looking at here? Okay, yeah, let's do that. I don't think I'm going to use Rogue for anything in particular. I have her as a 5-star R4. But I just see that she has potential. I like playing her. I don't play her. So yeah, it's not a champion I'm necessarily going to invest in anytime soon, but I was okay picking her. So, and yeah, as soon as I saw the 3 that came up, I was like, you know what? I'm so glad I went you, because Phoenix, how you doing? It has been a while. It's been a while indeed. But yeah, if that was any other class and it was 3. Well, every other class, I would have been only looking for 1 or 2 champions, and only 1 or 2 champions would I have been actually happy about. So, yeah. You got something stable? I normally have to watch people stream at around 11 p.m. That's around when Lefty is live. What time is it for you currently, TP? Oh, 2:30. Okay. What did you get, Supersonic? Like a lot of champs got reworked. About how many got reworked and which ones are the best? So since January? Since January, February, I think we've been seeing 3 a month. But coming for September, it's going to be 2 a month. The best probably has been Diablo, and I don't know. I think Mole Man was this year. I think Mole Man and Kingpin were both 2021. Those have probably been the best. Ultron, I think I haven't used him, but people are liking him a fair bit since he's been changed up a little. Yeah. I've been okay, doing better now. Were you ill? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Other than being up earlier than, I don't know what the hell I'm doing up this early. I figure I'm gonna end up napping though, pretty early in the afternoon today. I think I'm lucky for Summer Pain rewards. Just missed 1 point. If got that, would have gone to class. Gone to class, but you should have still been able to get the class nexus, even if you were only missing 1 point. Oh, unless you're Cav, then I think yeah, you would have needed all points to be able to get the class nexus. No relationship stuff. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, that is part of life, right? But better that than illness or something, probably. Let's see. Done 4 paths in Summer Pain week 10 already. Gonna revive my stash again. Skilly 2099 would benefit most off the 20% revive since on the 15% health she can regen. Yeah, good call. Yeah. We'll do that. Yeah, I was I was intending to do the completion for sure, and I still am. But I was thinking exploration, but yeah, if when I go back in against the Grandmaster, if I'm having the same issue, then no, I will not be going for exploration, and possibly not completion. But if need be, I'll spend units for completion for sure. But because yeah, like if I could have gotten out of the first phase at least, then okay. But I just could not get anywhere. And I remember the very first time I bought the Grandmaster, the very first time it was problematic too, but it was me screwing up, which absolutely could have been the case this time too. But it just felt like that the L1 I just could not get out of the way of. We shall see. I do. it's kind of annoying because there's a couple of fights I want to do. Like, I'd like to do the Darkhawk with Spider Gwen, and I think if I got past him, Rogue wouldn't be too bad as Spider Gwen. But I don't know if there's any point if I'm not going to get the Grandmaster down. Can you read second to last? Answers your question. Oh, okay. Second. It's crazy you chose Rogue for my Mutant Summer Pay Nexus. I chose Omega Red. My choices was Rogue, Omega Red, and Cable dupe. Yeah, so mine were Rogue, OG Storm, and a dupe on DPX. I was really considering the DPX dupe, actually. But the biggest reason I was thinking that the DPX dupe was just to keep even arena teams. But then I was like, you know what? Even though it's going to be uneven teams, a new 6-star is good, and I don't mind Rogue at all. And her awakening just adds to her. It's not a necessity. So OG Storm with Apocalypse is stable and nice though. Yeah, but I don't see using Storm really at all. I was kind of thinking that though. But no, I think if I were going to have fun or try out a champion, it'd be more Rogue than Storm, because I've never used the 5-star Storm for anything in particular. But I mean, I've had her for a long damn time. I'm about to open a 6-star Hero Crystal. Wish me luck. Well, good luck. Who are you hoping for? Who are you hoping to get? I'll read your comment in a second. Oh dear. Parasite, but yeah, I think it's absolutely worth the units, or worth units. How many I don't know. I think I'm going to use whatever stash I have, and probably Yellow Jacket. Well, he is somebody that got buffed, but I don't think it was a good thing. He's better than he was probably, but yeah. I think it's absolutely worthwhile using units, at least for completion. And then depending on what you use from completion, just figure if going any further is going to be much more expensive, or yeah. But yeah, I think I'm going to go. I'm willing to use whatever stash I've got, except I want to wait until Monday, because I have a feeling with the trade-in that we're going to be able to trade in lower health pots for larger health pots. And I've got a ton of, which reminds me, I've got a bunch I got to use that are going to expire before the trade-in. I'm hoping that we can do that, because that would be nice. But yeah, so anyways, all my whatever resources I have, and about 1,500 units is what I'd be willing to spend if need be for completion. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I've got a fair bit of units. Speaking of which, I opened a million Thronebreaker battle chips. I'm not getting good results at all with those. I've got another 6 million I want to open, because overall I want to open 10 million and then put up a video of each of the 1 million openings. And I think possibly after that, either I'd go back to just opening like large amounts, like 10 million or whatever, or I'd just stick with the uncollected. But yeah, I'm not liking the amount of units I'm getting at all. Would R4 5-stars be fine for a lab? I got Torch, APOC, Longshot, Magneto, Corvus, who would suck for it, War Machine, who does good damage, ramped up, also Bloodstone. Yeah, R4 5-stars would be fine, because when that came out, when LOL first came out, that was kind of the max at the time. Yeah, we didn't have. I don't think we actually even had R4s. I think the max might have been R3s. You can do it, but your best bet is to go with Aegon. Aegon is going to be your cheapest way to get through it, for sure. Depending where you are in the game, though, you might want to concentrate on other areas before LOL. The rewards from LOL compared to other things, compared to variants, for example, aren't really worth the effort. Outside of, you do get a fair bit of T2A, but you do get rank up gems from the variants, which includes T2A. And then you get a 5-star generic awakening gem from exploration, but we see those pretty often. You successfully dex every hit of Hyperion. Oh, that was a fluke. Trust me, that was a complete fluke if I did. Oh boy, it's getting loud out there. What's going on? They're still doing their work on the road. On the road. I think I may have chosen Storm because she has insane damage as a horseman. DPX has shot to get buffed. We just don't know when. And Rogue is already a very strong champion. I know not the best, but good. Yeah, the thing with Rogue, I think if at least in my opinion, if anything were to change about her, it would just be the amount of time that you have to absorb the buffs from your opponent. You can do it by, you can keep them up by hitting into their block and stuff. But yeah, the time to copy them just doesn't seem very long to me. Patty, how you doing? How's your day coming along? Can't beat the Grandmaster with 25k units, then you're really in trouble. Well, I'm not going to use 25k units to get her done. I'll use 1500. Yeah, I'll use 1500, maybe a little bit more to get completion done. But if I used 2500 for completion, then I'm not going to go for exploration, because it would get a little bit cheaper just because I'd be more familiar with it. But yeah, if it were that costly just to get them down once. The good thing is, though, I can get to him fine. And to get, so the thing that's a little bit annoying is to practice him, I've got to use resources, because if I'm dying, well, it's not like all of the other fights, right? Where you can just go in and keep resetting, at least for the first fight on the lane. If it was, though, if we could have gone directly to the Grandmaster, yeah, then, because then I'd be able to practice it a bit. And I think it's just the L1. Once that's not an issue, which is so weird. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's me, don't know if it's my phone, don't know if it's just the timing. We'll see. Being fast cost me. I bought the Bug Grandmaster, so that initial run cost 800 units. Apparently there's supposed to be compensation for that, though. I have no idea. Holy crap, I've only been going 26 minutes. Damn. The rewards aren't worth 25k? No. Yeah, like I said, I think the completion rewards, because I was also considering to maybe not get exploration, but do it with a different class, 6 different classes, or actually you don't have to do it for all 6, but I was considering maybe to get a couple of the milestones for the objectives. But yeah, I don't know, I'm going to try it again today with Claire, most likely. Because she should be able to get to the Grandmaster fine, going through the Venom and Adaptoid. And yeah. Hopefully we get him down. How much time do you think it will take me to rank to a 6-star? I have nothing at all like catalysts. Well, we've got nothing. Depends where you are in the game and what rewards you have in front of you. Yeah, that's really, because if you've got a fair bit of Act 6, 7-1, 7-2, then not too long, because you'll get a bunch of stuff, which I'm assuming you haven't done that stuff, otherwise you would already have the resources. Or even doing something like AOL, because that will give you a bunch of resources, both from completion and exploration. Because I think completion you get one T5CC, and the generic resources, the T5B and the T2A, we get those relatively quickly, like from many different sources. I just need a gem, then Aegon will get ranked up. Awakening gem or rank gem? Yeah, but Awakening gem, absolutely, because yeah, you're not going to use him while he's sleeping at all. Uh, 2 months. I play like 4 to 6 hours a day, probably. It depends on what you do within the following time. It can take 2 weeks, it can take 2 months. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, if you consider that for somebody who, was playing when 6 stars first came out, it took more than a year to get a 6 star and to be able to take them in rank 2, right? So. Are you throne break? I don't remember. I defeated the collector and that's it. That might take a while. So to be throne breaker, you just need to defeat the collector once and have 1 R3. But if you're considering an R2, I'm guessing you don't have that part of it yet. So yeah, it could be a while. Okay, so we want 200,000 more here, and then we're going to get into the 6-star basic. Did you calculate the total worth of reward solar? You might be having a cost chart. No. No, because I don't think there's anywhere that you could find a one. I don't think there's anywhere to look right now that you could see a specific unit value for any single resource for like 1 T5B or 1 T2A or 1 T4CC. So other than the higher up solo objectives, the rewards aren't anything that we don't get on a regular basis, which I kind of like the way they did that. Because what it ends up, it's just rank up rewards, but a whole bunch in one go. And I was thinking about that because that's kind of a difference between that and the Gauntlet. Because the Gauntlet had like rank up gems, it had the T2A, the T5B. I guess in a sense it was the same, right? It was all rank up resources as well, and shards. And then there's the shards here, which like 30,000 in total if you get to the final milestone. I'm not opening any 6 stars for a while yet, and I'm going to go for the next featured. So that would be two 6 stars, considering 15,000 per crystal. So yeah, because that was the thing. So and that's why I was getting frustrated, was I was like, oh damn, I'm missing out on a lot. And then afterward, I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, it's not actually missing out on a lot. It's simply, well, it is missing out on a lot, but it's not stuff that I'm not going to end up getting anyways. The only items that I wouldn't have other ways to get would be the T3A and the T6B, which, I mean, that's just going to come as the game goes along, right? But yeah, I think overall, if you need to spend, the majority of your expense should be on completion. Which is, I mean, that's one path, right? That's 3 fights. And then if that isn't very costly, then sure, go further. But if you find that your completion is too much, then yeah, just stop there. Mr. Perkalerkins, how you doing? How is your morning? Come on along. I saw in the forums there were 2 posts about people asking for them to extend the amount of time for week 10. One of them, their reasoning was they didn't have the resources. I don't think it's not a legit reason. The other I thought was a legitimate reason, being like the way the controls are and stuff. But it is what it is. Even outside of the rewards, it would just be nice to participate. So if you're having a difficult time because of the controls, extending it a week or 2 is not going to necessarily resolve that. Level 57, and I think the last one was the collector. Takes like 2 months uncollected to R2. 6-star, if you spend all your glory on T5B shards, then use side quests for T2A and other stuff. I choose to R5 a 5-star instead, but soon Corvus gets R2. That's not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all. Yeah, I think if you're still working on or wanting to rank up 5 stars, variants are definitely a good place to be spending energy. Is the Grandmaster in the other half of the act where the collector is? So the collector is in Act 5, and the Grandmaster is at the end of Act 6. So they're in two different acts altogether. I think it's 5-2 or 5-3, because Ultron is the final boss for Act 5. What if those were from an offer? What might be the value? For what? All of it, or like the milestone, or the exploration rewards? Unfortunately, it's going to take a while. Might focus on general progression, work up slowly. With that, we can convert to units. Yeah, fair enough. So I'm going to take time and get everything I need. Yeah, there's no rush. Definitely no rush. Slayer, how you doing? Completion and exploration. All right, let's have a look and see. Let me get this done. I don't know why I would just be, like, okay, I'll go spend 5,000 or 8,000 units or whatever, because I don't. Well, I think we get 7.3 in October, which is probably middle of October, I would assume. And then the next variant is supposed to be November. Unless we see something else, not necessarily like this, but maybe like the Gauntlet. I don't see anywhere else that I would... Whoa, what the hell just happened there? I don't see anything else really where I'd be needing a ton of units. Maybe Cyber Weekend. So, yeah. But I still want to have the units on hand just in case something comes up. I don't think they should extend it because they already added another week, making it 2 weeks. But the 2 weeks was already there from the get-go. Making it 2 weeks. And the bug Grandmaster got fixed that same day. I could have used that excuse with Gauntlet. Yeah, no. Like I said, there were 2 posts. One was suggested because they didn't have the resources, and yeah, I don't feel that that's a reason. And also, I think part of why it's a short amount of time is because they want people to use their resources. I think they realize that people have a ton of resources saved up, and they're trying to find a way to make people use those. fair enough. But I do think a legitimate reason would be the game controls. But again, extending it by whatever period of time, it doesn't mean that the controls are going to be any better. Milestones are always free stuff during arena, and I'm so like stressed from the game, I'm not even worried about Act 6. Well, that's one of the good things though, right? Like, if you still want to play the game, but you're, not feeling like struggling through stuff, oh yeah, you can do arena. And then there's the benefit from arena for units, for resources, so, and you still get to play the game. Good game. But if I don't think I'm going to try exploration, actually. The more I think of it, the less likely I am to try exploration. Because partly to do exploration, but I guess other stuff too. I might not be streaming next week, although I am going to stream at least one day while the goal boost is on. I'm going to open a bunch of stuff and see if I can get to 200 million gold. But I don't think I'm going to be streaming arena next week. No, I don't think I think I might just take a week off of arena, actually. My thing is, which I thought for a while, if I went even a weekend, but a week for sure of not doing arena, I don't know if I would really be playing the game. I'd probably log in to do whatever alliance stuff. Ooh. Oh, okay. This should do her in. Yeah. Agent, how you doing? How you doing? Can explore with anything if you have skills like solar. It's no, you need better skills than I have. It's not the champ, it's knowing the nodes and having the counters. Yeah, okay, let's take a look at the... Because, yeah, you said the completion exploration, right? So the thing which I didn't realize, that the T4CC selector, it's 3 T4CC. So you're getting 3 of a specific class. So that would be 3, and then there's 4 here, so 12. So 15 T4CC. But you're only making a selection 5 times. Now this I really like, the T4B, because I'm always needing T4B. I have a bunch of T2A. I don't think this would be, exploration, I don't think actually would be all that much. 2 25% T5CC selectors. So 20,000 6-star shards. I don't know. $100 an Odin? No. That wouldn't be an Odin because... Yeah. I don't think that'd be worth a whole lot, really. I have another question. Can I explore Act 5 100% with this team? Corvus Glaive, 5-star, Captain America, Mysterio, Havoc, Ghost Rider, all of them awakened. Act 5 100%? Yeah. Yeah, you should be able to. I definitely don't remember. I don't remember things from 7.2, which is the most recent thing I've done. But yeah, Corvus and Cap IW, especially with those two. The only thing I would... Ghost Rider on his own is fine, but Ghost Rider, you really want the blade synergy. Just because it's going to make him placing his judgments more reliable. Without the blade synergy, you could miss your judgments, which it's fine, but it's annoying and it could make things take a little bit longer. Mysterio, Yeah, I guess if you need poison immunity, Mysterio would be good. Havoc. Yeah, Ghost Rider is the only one that you'd really want to enhance with Blade. But again, he's fine on his own. You know, it's kind of funny. Like, just talking about getting through this Grandmaster fight and stuff. Like, the very first time I fought him, it took me a fair bit of time. And it was phase 1 then as well that was the problem. But at that time, I think I couldn't see when things were banned. So, so that really messed things up. Like, now I know what to watch for. I'm not that like familiar with the fight. It's been a long time. But it's funny how back when I was doing 6-4, like, there was no question about whether I was going to get it done. I was going to get it done. Now, and I don't know if that's a lack of interest in the game, not thinking it's worth it. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah. Now, if I don't get it done, it's like, okay. I've got about 7 of 10 skills. Got my first 5-star after I defeated the 5.4 Ultron, and I have suicides. Yeah, so Corvus with suicides is really good for sure. All right, so we are done for there. Now let's get into the 6-star basic. What about factoring the milestones for the Summer of Pain week 10? So that's kind of what I was saying. Like, the milestones, I think it's at the 4th one where you get, like, not exclusive, but stuff that you can't get anywhere else, really. Yeah. So the 4th milestone is where you get into the T3A and the T5B or T6B. So when you bring, but the thing is, though, the offers they've had for that are way overflated or inflated. Inflated. Y'all know what I mean. So once you get to the 4th milestone, then the value goes up. Up to the 3rd milestone, I don't think it's worth a lot at all. The T5CC selector is nice, but not that big of a deal. And 15,000 6-star shards, yeah, that's not very much. But yeah, when you bring it all together, it's going to be different value for different people. But yeah, it's the T3A and the T6B, which is the only stuff that you're not getting on a regular basis. Everything else you're getting on a regular basis. So all these rewards, all they're going to do, and the 6 stones. So the last 3 items here, the T3A, the 6 stones, and the T6B. That's stuff that you don't get on a regular basis. And so I'd say that's where the majority of your value is. So it comes down to whatever you value that stuff at. Now, somebody who just needs a little bit more to take somebody to R4, that's a hell of a lot more valuable than somebody who, has half of a T6B. No, yeah. So again, it goes down to, for me, I would be willing to spend a lot, maybe 5,000 units, if I was making progress on the Grandmaster. But the one time I tried, I was not making any progress at all, and so that's why it wasn't worth it for me. Berserk, how you doing? What are you up to? That is what I expected. Spending 4,000 to 5,000 units on the content is worth less if someone can finish the exploration within 1.5. Then it has value. Yeah. How useful is 6-star thing for me right now? Well, I don't know. I mean, he's not. He takes a little bit of time to get his damage potential up. He's a good defender, but I mean, that's not what you're talking about. But as for defense, you want him awakened. if you needed somebody bleed immune, well, I mean, he's got a fair bit of immunity still. He's bleed immune, armor break immune, nullify or stagger immune, shock immune. So yeah, he brings a fair bit to the table. He's not necessarily the fastest champion, but he's a very tanky champion. He was really good for the extra large variant, but there are quite a few options for that, for the extra large variant. Yeah, I think I have mine. Well, yeah, I place mine on defense, and other than that, I don't really ever look at them. I'm doing it all, going in with 300 revives from farm for 10 days, 25 revives a day. Damn. Not bad at all. Yeah, I think, well, you're not gonna need that many. No. Yeah, you're not gonna need that many, but because let's just say, I mean, you would know how many it would take you overall, like per fight or per. Well, the Grandmaster should be the majority of them, right? So let's just say, I don't know, on a high end, 15, 20, 6 times. So 120 revives just for the Grandmaster, and you've got 300. Yeah, dude. And I think, like I said, 20 on the high end. What would it be like if you're going well? Maybe 5. You're gonna have a lot of revives expire. But hey, why? I mean, why not? My only issue is that I have 100 6-star generic SIGs, so I'm capped. So if I don't dupe a great champ in 44 days, I'm going to have to dump the 75 that I get from week 10 into iHawk, so that's going to suck. You know what? I don't have that many in. I think I have like maybe 20 in overflow currently. And I've been putting a few into champions here and there. But I was thinking of just submitting a ticket to Kabam and asking if they could convert my generic 6-star SIG stones, like all of them, into +5s. I haven't done it. So initially, like when I was looking at the milestone rewards, and I was thinking I was going to go for all 6 milestones, because yeah, that would have been basically the same as you, would have been about 100 in overflow. So I was thinking of doing it then, and then when because I'm not going to get all 6 milestones, it's going to be irrelevant, because yeah, I'll only end up with like 20 or 30 in overflow, which yeah, I can move those around to some champions easy enough, I think. But yeah, and I would do it before you actually have them in overflow. Like if you're going to submit a ticket for it, I would do it before you've got a bunch in overflow. How the hell are you getting 25 bucks per day? That's commitment. That is commitment. Yeast, how you doing? How's your Friday coming along? So I always overfarm to be prepared, and then use the rest revised for other content. Yeah, smart. So my thing, which is not the case right now. Actually, you know what? Okay, this is kind of funny. So if I had those amount of revives and health pots, then absolutely I would just continue to go at the content, because where else am I going to use them? I could say the same thing about the units, but I'm not willing to throw the units at it. However, I do arena, so I have the units, so I could do something like this. But when it comes to it, I don't want to do it. Oh dear. They won't convert it? Well, the worst they can do is say no, right? Now, I know they have for people in other cases, but I think that's when there's been an offer where somebody has submitted a ticket saying, hey, I want to buy this stuff, but if I buy it, it's going to be an overflow. And I think in those cases they've converted, and I don't know if they would in a case like this. But again, the worst they could do is say no. Actually, let me just take a quick look and see how many I have in overflow. They need to watch a farm video. Nah. Without any additional resources and no RL farming, the 4 paths I've done cost 1,900 units. Even... Ooh. Even with the Grandmaster bug, I don't think you'll need 300 revives done. No. But yeah, much better to be over-prepared than, you know, getting halfway through and realizing you don't have enough to get through it. There's a converter boost coming soon. Kabam had a mail a few weeks back, not sure when. Yeah. I don't know, because what they mentioned in that was that you could convert like T4cc to T5cc and that kind of thing. I'm assuming that we would also be able to convert health pots, like lower health pots, to higher. So we've seen that before. So I've been trying to hold on to my like level 1 and level 2 health pots. Let's see here. Energy refills revives 416. Energy revives 722 revives. Run that rotation. Farm energy first so you don't spend units for energy. Yeah. You don't do... Okay, yeah, you did say 536. Yeah. Also made a ticket 2 just to join the army. Got your back solar. Yeah, you know, I don't think that they will do it in this case. If it was an offer, yeah, if it comes down to them earning money, I think they'll bend over backwards. But fair enough, though, right? Like, if the difference between somebody spending $50 or $100 is simply, you know, condensing their inventory, why not do it, right? I'm still kind of annoyed that I went and spent so many resources for the Super Punch-Out, the Kamala Khan Karina Challenge. But even if I didn't use the resources there, they would have expired by now anyway, so they wouldn't do me any good at this point. You know, I'm kind of wondering... And this would go same thing for the general Summer Pain, like the 9 fights that we have. If somebody wasn't able to participate, well, I guess the difference, yeah, the difference would be that of the 9 encounters, you probably were able to do some, maybe not all. But if you couldn't do any, or you can't do any of week 10, whether it be, you know, you don't have applicable counters, or you don't have the ability. I guess that would be about it. Does that turn someone away from the game? Like seeing stuff in the game that you just cannot do? Does that make you less likely to play it? Or does that encourage you to get better? Or, well, but I mean, you can't do anything about your polls, really, right? Like if... I don't know. Well, I guess that's the thing, though. All of these paths have multiple options. So, but yeah, if you well, yeah. So if you want to get, you know, the most out of it, you want to get exploration, or you want to get all the milestones, but you only have reasonable counters for like 2 or 3 paths. Does that make you less likely to want to continue in the game? So, Supersonic, you were saying about 1,900 units to do what you've done so far. Is that what you were kind of expecting when you saw what it looked like? Or were you expecting more, less? And you've only got 2 more passes to go, right? And that's the thing too. And that's why if you've spent a fair bit for completion, I wouldn't go further, because if you do go further, you're going to want to spend more, because you're going to be like, oh, well, it's only 1 or 2 passes to go. Yeah, I want to get through. I don't know if there's any. What? No, if it's not going to cost me anything, then I may as well do as many fights as I can to get to the Grandmaster. And then it's, once I'm there, it's a matter of how much do I want to spend to get through him. About how many points do you need to get a 5-star in ranked rewards in Arena? I know I can't do it, but what are the chances of it? Like from... it all depends who is in the arena. Actually, it depends on both sides. Who is in the featured arena and who's in the basic arena. In the basic arena, I think it's been as low as 12 million and as high as 22 million points. In the featured arena, let's look here. Have a look. Because I'm not sure exactly what the range is in the featured. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's already good to go. Good to go. Alright, so blow this up a bit. So for the featured, so you'd be looking anywhere from about 30 million. I wouldn't include Hercules because that's exceptional. So yeah, I would say anywhere from 30 to high 40s, low 50s in the featured, which that is not too hard to do if you've got a fair bit of 6 stars. If you don't have many 6 stars, it's going to be more difficult. And then for the basic arena, you're looking at anywhere from, yeah, about 12 to, and again, I would say Stripe is exceptional, so I wouldn't say that is kind of the norm. So I'd say anywhere from 12 to about 20 in the basic. The basic, I find, is harder to grind than the featured, just because your points accumulate so slowly. For a lesser desirable champ, 14 million basic and 30 million. So in the featured, desired champ, sky's the, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So I want to get overall to 6 million in the basic today. I only need 2 more runs of the 6 stars for the featured to be done. Let's see how long we have until they are off cooldown. Oh, another hour. Okay. Oh, damn it. I just remembered. I should be using attack boosts. Ugh. I hate forgetting to apply those. So we still have 1 node. Yeah. Doop, doop, doop. That's doable, actually. Yeah, depending on your roster, it's not too bad. If you've got a fair bit of 6 stars, yeah, getting a 5-star from the featured arena is not terrible. So I usually put up about 28.5 million in the featured arena. And so if there's a 5-star that I want to try to get, doing not double necessarily, a little less than double, and I'll be able to get the 5-star from the featured. And I really don't find it too bad. But trying to put up 14 million to get a 5-star from the basic, I find that very difficult. I haven't played in like a year and a half. My country didn't have the game, and it got added like a week ago. Okay. I was expecting less, but I'm not mad about the 1900 units. It's worth it to me. Hey. There we go. It's worth it to me, and I'm actually enjoying it. Something I haven't felt since 7.2 was introduced. Yeah, and that's what annoyed me yesterday. I liked going through Venom, going through the Adaptoid. I want to try Spider-Gwen for Darkhawk, but it's just that roadblock of the final dude. Mr. Boom, how you doing? Jacob, what is Shaq lacking? How many 6 stars do you need? How many 6 stars do you need for what? Like to do the featured arena? Yeah, you don't need any specific number. So what it comes down to is how high can you go with the roster you have without spending any units? The arena for 5 star? How many 6 star do you need for the... It's not a good idea to use 6 stars in the 5 star arena. Because of the decreased amount of points you get from your 6 stars. Yeah, it's not worth it at all. If you're going, like, if all you want is the champion that is in the basic arena, then you could run your 6 stars. Okay, so like for example, for myself, if I run all my 6 stars in the featured arena, I'll get 7.5 million points. It's a little bit more than 7.5 million now. If I run all those same 6 stars in the basic arena, I only get 3.2 million points. So yeah, it's you're decreasing your point output by more than half. The Grandmaster did get easier every run though, which is nice. Best attempt was 3 drives with Doom. Very good. Cheers for raiding Vega the other day, by the way. Cool to see you stop by. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think he was probably the only person streaming when I was done that day. Because I don't think I've... Yeah, no, I've never raided him previously. And there might have been 4 or 5 of us, so it's not like it would have had much impact, but... You know. It's the thought that counts. I always mean to raid on the Twitch side, but there's not usually very many people viewing on Twitch, and then for the most part when I'm done streaming, I don't see anybody streaming MCOC on Twitch. Not in English anyways. There might be people streaming, but it's not in English, and I figure if people are watching me, they're probably English speaking. I was on call if you didn't know it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't there very long afterward. Usually once I'm done streaming, I do not want to be in front of my computer. And yeah, I don't watch YouTube unless at my computer. I guess I could watch it on the TV or on my phone, but so are you usually on call with him? So Supersonic, for the alliance that you're in, are most people going for all of week 10, or are you one of the few? So I think my alliance. Well, I haven't really looked. Actually, I don't pay attention to the alliance chat at all. Um, and even the AQ chat, all I ever do is just check to make sure my path hasn't changed. That's about it. I've started farming Revives for Summer Pain, or maybe auto farming. You know, so I opened 1,000,000 battle chips last night. I want to open the other 1,000,000. Not even for units, just for energy refills. I have quite a bit of EQ to get done. Holy crap. And I spent a lot of energy just getting those objectives done, like where you have to fight or beat Penny Parker or Spidey 2099 with a certain class. I used a lot of energy just getting that done. I have a hard pass still though, so that will cost me a bit. Acid Wash Mysterio and Rogue, and then Grandmaster with 50% decrease attack, but confidence limit is 8. Who are you going to use for that? Because it looks like the two... Yeah, let's go this turn. It looks like the two that people have been using so far have either been Diablo or Apocalypse. I don't want to do Summer Pain. Why not? No, I think if you've got at least one or two good options for countering a path, I think you should definitely go for completion. At least try it. Not necessarily even because of the rewards, but I think it's a good challenge. Yeah, and it's difficult enough that you get through it, but you have a sense of achievement when you get through it, which is, well, yeah, I like that. I help on with some people when I can, whether that being Vega, Enzo, KT, BZ, etc. But yeah, I've been hopping for Vega more recently. Okay. Very good. I have lots of energy. Give it to you for gold. Yeah. I wish we could buy energy with gold. Holy. Although then I'd probably have a ton less gold. Oh, yeah. So I don't know when. It probably won't be Monday. But like I said earlier, I'm going to do a stream of just opening a bunch of stuff to try to get to 200 million gold. So I think all of the... Oh, well, we're done, so I can take a quick look here. I used Archangel for that path. How did he work? I'm part of a retirement alliance. Ilax's girlfriend doesn't have the roster for it. Super Gaming may not do it, but we have about 4 or 5 hard grinders who might smash it. Okay. Yeah, I think most of the people in my alliance are at least going to do completion or try for completion. But I can't do exploration. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine if you can't do exploration. But yeah, the biggest bang for your buck is completion, and then you could try to do a couple other, not necessarily paths, but a couple other clears with different classes just to get more milestones. Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be Monday, but I'm going to go through, I'm going to open, I think probably all of the uncollected gold crystals, whatever random champion crystals like this, like the Ultimate Shattered Heart, Cavalier Cosmic, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm probably going to do maybe 2 million of the PHC shard crystals. So it might take a little bit of time. So I'm at 147 million now. So I need 53 million more. And I mean, I don't really need to, but I will probably change up at least my proficiency masteries and go into pittance and prosperity. I don't know if I have all of prosperity unlocked, but yeah, I'll respec the proficiencies and put points there, do the opening, and then change the masteries back. Very interesting thumbnail you made, Solar. They make a good couple, Magic and Hyperion. Magic and Hyperion. For which thumbnail? I'm using Apocalypse for that path. He is R3 6-star and it's nice and tanky too. Yeah. Did you do it with Apocalypse previously? Because when we had that before, I did it with I-Bomb, which yeah, I'm not gonna. So I-Bomb is R5 5-star. I'm not gonna. Basically, outside of completion, if I do anything more, I'm only gonna do things that I can do with an R3. I think. I mean, the Grandmaster is gonna suck no matter who you use. He soloed Mysterio. Granted, mine is R3, 3 revives on Rogue, and 3 on Grandmaster. Most revives I've used so far. Okay. Okay. No, you don't need my help because it's still linked. I need that, please. So much gold. Spidey, how you doing? How you doing? So Grandmaster was bugged yesterday? Son of a bitch. What? What was the bugger, do you know? So, are you sure about that? Good job on getting it done, though, Spidey. Like, seriously, I thought, like, good for you for sticking with it. Trying to get the clip for you? Okay, so, I tried the Grandmaster yesterday. To be honest, you inspired me. So your Ronin was R4, right? Oh, okay. So I see. It was specifically for that one place you're having an issue. Okay, but I was just thinking that might have been why I was having an issue yesterday too. But it was probably just me screwing up. Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch. Actually no, I didn't even see you get him down. But like I saw you going through that one phase a few times, and then I saw after you had finished. And guess what? All my tokens of competence were gone. Can you explain? I don't even know how it's supposed to work, dude. I don't even know how it's supposed to work. Oh, but yeah, so I don't think I was going to try it yesterday until I was watching you do it. And I'm like, okay, let me have a go. So I tried Ronin, and I got Venom down, and I didn't get the Adaptoid down with Ronin. And it's an R4 5-star Ronin. So I was like, well, it's not going to do that much damage. He's kind of limited in what he can do for the Grandmaster. So then I figured I would because I wanted to get to the Grandmaster and try him. So then I went through Venom and the Adaptoid with CGR. And I got to the Grandmaster, but I just could not I couldn't do anything in phase 1. I could get some tokens, but as soon as he threw his L1, I just could not get away from it at all. For which fight did you use Dragon Man for in Son of Pain? For the Rogue fight, the very first one. Which it worked out really well, because if not for Dragon Man, I would have had to have used resources on Rogue, and that would have I would have still tried every other fight, but I would have had a very different take on the whole thing altogether. So, Spidey, do you think you'll do any more, or you're done with Summer Pain now? Uh, played around it. Don't think you can shut it down, and if you could, keeping up enough Neros with brawl and evade is rough. Not to mention Rogue's ability. So what have you found to be the hardest and the easiest path so far, Supersonic, that you've done? Oh, and Spidey, I noticed that you had a couple people trolling you for a fair bit of your run. Ah, dear. Can you read the third to last? No, on my Mysterio Week attempt I used Voodoo because I hadn't pulled 6-star Apocalypse yet. But now I pulled 6-star R3 and designated him for that path. Okay. Yeah. So I think it seems to me that Emma might be the worst fight up into like getting to the Grandmaster. Does Grandmaster remove your competence with his heavies? I have no idea. I have no idea. All I know for that fight is when he tells you to do something, you do it. That's about it. How many Spideys? I didn't really notice, but how many tokens were you getting up to in phase 1 before everything was banned? Or roughly how many tokens? And your Ronin was only R4, right? Easiest path by far was Sinister Adaptoid path. Used Doom, Sinister, and Adaptoid was a solo, and Grandmaster took 3 revives. Okay. How did Doom work for the Adaptoid? You got to 20. Okay. Okay, so that was just like 1 hit dash back, 1 hit intercepting. Does Apocalypse have armor break, or it's still RNG with the poisons? I think the only way you armor break him is on your specials. Yeah, I don't think. No, maybe not, because I think Man-Thing would be usable. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's only specials. If the Grandmaster heavies you and that heavy didn't kill you, you lose all your tokens. Doom, heavy stagger the... Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that would make that a fair bit easier, right? So I'm planning to do, which I'm still going to go ahead and do this today because I think it will be the quickest and easiest way to get there. I'm going to use Claire for Venom and the Adaptoid. Because all I'm going for is completion. So, but I think Claire should handle both of them pretty well. Although Doom, well, Claire would be just as applicable as Doom for the Grandmaster, other than the knockdown. His knockdown ability, like he doesn't have to have a special to do the knockdown. Whereas most other champions, you would have to have a special. Or to... Yeah, the only other thing would be to counter his heavy. Osman, how you doing? It has been a while. I'm not touching Summer Pain anymore. I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. Well, hey, you did better than I did. You got it done. I went in, did a couple revives on Grandmaster. Was like, nah, not today. uh, I got like 20 viewers yesterday for some reason. Yeah, because I mean it's interesting content to be doing, right? Like I said, good for you for getting it done, and good for you for streaming it. I'm not gonna stream it. I don't even stream monthly EQ. I'm not gonna do something that's gonna be difficult because that makes it even more difficult. How you been, Osman? What's new and exciting? Claire should work well. The only thing is that she is less tanky and her base damage is less than Doom, from my knowledge. Yeah. Yeah, but then in the final phase, if you use your L2, you can heal. Granted, that doesn't help you up to that point, but... Well, and then the thing is, too, majority of the damage is done from your tokens, right? During his wounded phase. So the damage that your character actually does on their own is not that big of a deal. But yeah, I get that, you know, when he's wounded, somebody who does more damage overall will do more damage there. But, I mean, she's still going to be doing, you know, 100, 150 plus. Well, depending on how many tokens, obviously, but... Yeah, I do want to use Doom, but and I was thinking Doom for the path that you just said you used him for. Let's see. There is a bug with Grandmaster that was pointed out in the forum, so I might get compensation. This is something different than the bug on Wednesday. Claire works good versus Venom and Adaptoid. I one-shot both, but it's been a long time since I fought Grandmaster, so I used 10 revives on my main account. I will 100% it on my main. Okay. Very good. Yeah, see, 10 revives I would be okay with. I'd be okay with 10. Well, I think once I could get through... Once I could evade his L1, yeah. Then the rest would be okay. Because when I did 6-4, the very first time I fought him was hard. And then once I got used to him, yeah, after that it was not bad at all. Which is what I was expecting this time, but just couldn't get anywhere in phase 1. So yeah, Spidey, is this a different bug than the outgoing node issue from Wednesday? And I mean, if that's the case, like, that's kind of messed up, right? Like, on release it's bugged, and then even after that it's still problematic. Oh well. But the thing is, like, there's no point in complaining, right? Because people are getting it done. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they even respond to the people asking for them to extend the time for it. It's been a long time, even for me. I may be so rusty with the BGM. Yeah, I think other than people that make videos on doing the Grandmaster, or people with access to the CCP or whatever, yeah, in general, it's not like somebody's going to go and do the Grandmaster fight, you know, just for kicks on a Thursday afternoon, you know. So pretty much everybody, it's going to be, well, I haven't been here for a long time, so just build up a couple of tokens, then ban light attacks, ban parry, and then dex, and you're good to go. Yeah. Yeah, no, that part of it is fine. It's I just couldn't get away from the L1. But yeah, it was partly just getting used to the fight again too. So we'll see. We will see. And his L1 is unblockable, right? The first hit? But there is a node... There is a node that makes it where you can block it, but it does more damage? Arena Central? Yeah, dude. Gots to get those units. To be honest, the control issues are still there and worse than before for me. Parry doesn't always work. Dex is a huge problem. So much lag. You've been kicked out several times. That happened to me this morning when I went to do a fight in AQ. And it was weird. I had just reset my phone. So come back and obviously the game had like logged out. So log back in. Go to do the fight. And it just, the spinning wheel. So I had to relog, come back in, and then obviously Corvus has lost health, so yeah. You know, I was kind of wondering if my issue with the dexing his L1 was the controls, but I don't think so. Because yeah, it was the same thing every time, so I'm pretty sure it was me. And overall, like, I haven't really had any substantial issues with the controls. The very first day in July when the update came out, that day I noticed in an arena fight I could not parry at all. And that was probably the worst. I think there was 2 or 3 arena fights that day. And then outside of that, here and there, but not an entire fight. I wish I was in the CCP. I'd practice the crap out of Grandmaster before going in live. It will save me so many revives. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, there are a lot of people with access to the CCP who have been streaming it, and I don't think that they necessarily practiced beforehand. Now, other people who don't have access to the CCP have just, you know, over time done many videos of fighting the Grandmaster. So, but yeah, for not regular, but for people that, you know, aren't interested in that or don't have free access to it, yeah, I mean, 1 or 2 fights, you're going to be familiar with it again and good to go. And one time each hour I'm getting kicked. Oh, okay, yeah, that's less frequent than me. I reload my game and restart my device. I'm using iPhone 11 and still have problems. Yeah, so like when I'm streaming, every 20 minutes to half hour it crashes. Now it used to be that I could tell when it was going to happen, and I would simply just relog, and you know, and then it wouldn't crash. But recently, it's just randomly crashing, like no slowdown or anything. It just, I'm out. Ugh. And sometimes it crashes every 7 minutes for solar. Yep. Yeah, it's like, screw this, I'm out of here. A little bit slow there. Spidey, what are you? Oh, never mind. You're like 2 hours ahead of me. I was gonna say, what are you doing up so early? But it's not that early for you. Is this going to do him in? Let's see. Yeah. Kabam really messing up. First, all the ongoing issues. After the fix, Nerf Hercules in all silence. And Ghost Phase recoil time is off. With Hood on the team. Yeah. The Ghost thing. So, people are suggesting that it's just because of the control issues. We don't know that. We don't know that it's because of the control. We don't know if they actually just changed the timing on her recovery from her L2. And I mean, hey, this would be a good time to do that, right? Because people would suggest that it's just the control issues. So it's part of, you know, the overall issues in the game. And then the Hercules thing, I think that was the way his description was, right? It wasn't the way he was working. They corrected the way he was working without any notice. So I'd say that's more the issue than anything else. Blame it on control issues. Yeah. Not exactly looking forward to that Venom Dactyloid path. You can parry over the 10 tokens, but first phase can be rough. You don't notice your blunders fast enough, 3 and you're done? Yeah. Yeah. I keep going back and forth between doing that first or doing Sinister and the Adaptoid first. Because I'm thinking, you know, if I haven't done it in a long time, granted, it's only a difference of 2, right? Like, just a difference of 2 blunders. But if you haven't done it in a long time, you're far more likely to screw up. But I was only, yeah, no. Because I wasn't screwing up because of the ban stuff. I was screwing up because of getting hit by the L1 and then taking his 3 hits. So right away, 3 blunders. So. Yeah. That's what I get for looking up. Well, that one, I don't know. The problem for me was 3 blunders and I was dead. You shouldn't do the final week for Summer Pain only because of Grandmaster. Yeah, the thing is with that outgoing node, I think that is the path that's the easiest to get to him. So if you want to at least get to the Grandmaster, that's the path you need to take, even though it reduces the amount of blunders you can get. The rewards for 100% is insane. I can't miss out on it. Yeah, they're pretty good. Although they are, for the most part, just rewards we would normally get. Outside of the, what did we say, the fourth objective milestone with the T3A, Sig Stones, and T6B. Outside of that, everything else is stuff that we're going to get over time. And even those we're going to get over time. They're just, it's a lot less frequent than other things. The rewards aren't that great for the amount of effort. It depends though, right? Because some people are going to have an easier time than others. So for those people, well, there's some pretty damn good rewards and cheap. But yeah, if you're struggling with it or not, you know, not getting through it that easily, then yeah, it is much. The value of the rewards doesn't necessarily correlate to the effort. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go your route, Spidey. Just do exploration and be like, or just do completion and be like, okay, that was fun. I did practice run Hercules versus Darkhawk, and I managed to get him down to 1%. Hercules is insane. Nice. Very good. Oh dear. No, been up. I was up early, so it's almost nap time. Oh, Spidey, I don't think you answered. Your Ronan, that was only R4, right? You'd suggest doing the thing path? There's no thing encounter, is there? Oh, come on. Oh. So somebody's not paying attention. I just realized I'm using She-Hulk. I could have just put a slow on him. R4? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. If you were to do it again, Spidey, do you think you would do the same? Like Ronin, that path? Or would you try something else? Okay, so we hit 5 million. Yeah, Ronin first 2 fights were easy, yeah. You get the champs, bots are taking top places, enough is enough, content creators need to get on it, Kabam, respect streamers, so no more hush hush. Ego. You know, I wonder if the people doing those things, like the bots, all the cheating, like I wonder if they're affiliated with the mercs and they're just going hardcore now on everything because of how Kabam has supposedly targeted the mercs, and it's like their retribution or something. But basically, or maybe, you know, I've said it before, I think Kabam is less concerned about the game. So maybe they're just letting things run rampant, right? Like, problems in the game are running rampant. I talk about it enough. It's the way it's going to be. It is the way it is going to be. However, you should know how to do Grandmaster Prior and watch out for bugs. I'm doing Venom and Adaptoid now with the R4 Ronin, so both fights, it's awesome. Tip, yeah. Yeah, the only thing with him, though, is he's not going to be... Like, he's going to miss on several objectives on the Grandmaster, right? Like, he's not going to be able to inflict a damaging effect. He's not going to be able to knock him down outside of a special. Which, I mean, there aren't... I think the only champion who can do the knockdown reliably outside of special is Doom. So, Kabam about to lose it if they don't get back on track soon. I think we're slowly getting to the end of the game. I don't think the game is ending. I think people's frustration with it is increasing, and people are probably leaving the game. But like, I don't think servers are going to be turned off or anything like that anytime soon. And I don't know, like, I mean, the Summer Pain thing, this final part is just a 2-week event. We've had the 9 weeks. People have missed out, and I don't know if you miss out on a week or a fight, one of the previous fights. Like, do you feel alienated? Do you feel like, oh, why am I going to continue? Or same thing now, right? Like, if you can't participate in week 10, I don't know, man. I'll just keep doing my arena. Nothing changes there. If Kabam still have ways to milk the game, then they won't turn it off. Yeah. But I think that's why a while back we've seen a couple really crazy offers, right? And I think that's why. I think they were just because they know what is good value and what's not, and what people are going to buy. And I think a couple of those offers were simply just trying to, you know, quickly increase revenue. I mean, fair enough. They're in the business of making money, so and you need to show that you're making money. Yeah, Billy. None of the big YouTubers are going to call out any of the problems in the game. I mean, we've seen that for a long time, unless it directly affects them. Yeah, I mean that's kind of human nature, really, in general. Like if something doesn't affect you directly, you probably aren't going to speak against it, even if you don't like it. So, yeah. LTO Kurt is back. This scumbag probably bought another account. Dude straight up streamed a phone number to call, and he would murk for you right on his live streams. Well, I mean, if the account name is shown, then they know who to ban, right? But the thing, you don't need to have you don't need to play the game to murk, right? Because murking is you're logging on somebody else's account. See, doesn't even play. Most channels are murks themselves, or they just show gameplay with a voiceover. On iOS, Odin is $99.99. On Android, $109.99. Oh, but that could just be because of the pricing for Google Play or iOS or the App Store, though. So I don't think that wouldn't necessarily be a Kabam thing. That would be a Google Play versus App Store. Because yeah, I don't think Kabam. Oh no, maybe they do. Yeah, I don't know. But from one platform to the other, I don't think Kabam would have any control over that. Because that could also be partly like how much Apple or Google take from each sale. Or how much it costs for a company to have their app listed. The one problem though with like the game being in the state that it's in, so outside the technical, because that can absolutely change day to day, but outside of the technical, I don't think we're seeing any current problems in the game that haven't been here already, like bots, mercs, technical issues. But the specific technical issue does change from time to time, and then the way Kabam addresses things, or like silent changes like the Hercules thing. These are all things that have happened and have been happening, but I think one of the biggest problems is Kabam is terrible at communicating with their customers, and every time it hits the fan, they always say, we're going to be more transparent, we're going to do better. They don't. So, I think it's just who they are as a company, and so be it. The other games he plays have auto fight everywhere. He doesn't even play 7DS. He's just on this crypto stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, but you can't blame somebody for changing their primary source of income, right? Because crypto is probably a much better way to make income than mobile games. Well, if the streamers don't call them out or hush hush it, the viewers should start to boycott the streamer that doesn't back the real player. Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends though, right? As a viewer, do you want to be going on streams and just hearing people complain all the time? Or do you want to just discuss the way the game... Oh, so here's what I would say. If, as a viewer, you're concerned about the direction of the game or so on and so forth, it's crypto gaming? Oh, I have no idea what that is. But if you want to ask questions about, the state of the game and blah, blah, and the streamer is going to say, oh, no, it's fine. Well, they're lying. Like, it's a blatant lie. Because it's not fine. Now, that doesn't mean that the game is dead or dying. It just means that at this moment, August of 2021, the game is not in a good state. And I don't think that anybody can deny that. So if you go to a stream and you're like, oh, what do you think about the thing? And they're like, oh, no, this is fine, this is okay. The cheaters, there's cheaters there, that's just the way it is. There's bugs there, that's the way it is. All true. But if they're going to be like, no, that's acceptable and that's okay, they're lying. Because they know that's not acceptable, that's not okay. But I think as well, for some of the bigger YouTubers, they don't want to alienate well, I mean, you know what they say, right? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. So, and I think there's only two larger streamers that I see on a regular basis who consistently talk about the negative of the game. And I think in one case more so, they're concerned about it because it's their main source of income. But KT1 and ILAC, like, they are the only two that I see on a relatively regular basis who will be like, hey, this is not right, this isn't working, And I think in KT's case, because I think this is his main source of income, he doesn't want the game to fail because then he's got to find some other way to make money. So yeah, he wants it to do well. All of the, well, even myself, I mean, I want it to do well, of course. Whether it be, for my own benefit, as in, streaming, having people watch, so on and so forth, or just for something to do. I don't want the game shut down where then I just don't have access. But yeah, my problem is with the people who are like, no, the game's in a fine spot. There's nothing wrong. However, we all have a part to play in it, right? As long as we are spending money when the game is in this state, we really can't blame anybody but ourselves. Myself included, because I do spend money. Not a lot and not often, but I still do. And I have spent since the game has been in this current state. So, yeah, I can't blame Kabam for, allowing the game to stay this way when I'm giving them my money. Are you expecting any consumables like revives and pots for lag and technical compensation? Yeah, 10 revives and 10 health pots. Are we talking about streamers on Twitch or YouTube? I don't watch the Twitch streamers. Actually, you're probably the only one I watch for any actual length of time. Speaking of which, hang on. I think I have you in here. I do believe so. I gotta say, you're better at that than me, though, too, because as soon as somebody shows up in your there we go, your channel, you do so. Yeah, so if you're not familiar with Spidey on Twitch, or the dude is here, you can go check him out on Twitch if you do the Twitchers. If not, well, then you don't get to partake. I'm pretty sure KT1 problem is he worried about the game going down so he can't get his money. Yeah, like I said, I think this is his main source of income, so that is a concern. But him voicing his concerns, they're legitimate concerns, And he's not saying that, the game is fine, because it's not. So he's being honest. It's self-serving, but so be it. I think anybody would, but that's what I was saying earlier too, right? Like for the most part, people don't call things out unless it affects them directly. And he sees the potential for that affecting him directly. So fair enough. It's not a case of cheaters are fine or so on and so forth, and then he misses out on something, and then it becomes an issue. No, he's bringing it up even beforehand. I gotta say, I mean, because, well, you're talking about another big MCOC YouTuber who's simply moved on to other things, right? KT1 could do the same thing. He could move on to other games or something else completely, but instead he's going to, address the issues in this game. He has income from state and medical bills, but I can't use him as reference. The 9 Inch Nails song with "Don't Bite the Hand That Feeds" is pretty cool. Do you have stream elements? No, I do not. Rains, how you doing? How is your Friday coming along? No, actually 2 Sundays ago I was going to be looking into setting up a few different things for Twitch, changing some stuff on the channel. But yeah, I just haven't. I don't think I'm going to be doing any arena this coming week, so maybe I'll take some time then and do those kind of things. Makes things easier. Bam's quarterly report is bad. Their money is down. Yeah, both of their quarter 1, quarter 2 financial reports were not good. But yeah, I mean, that's cyclical. That can go up and down. And for that kind of stuff, I think fine, because the game is 6 years, right? The mobile game, the interest is going to come and go, and over time it is definitely going to decrease probably. How did your orders from Summer of Pain go? They were okay. I went Mutant Class Nexus. I didn't see anybody that I was aiming for, but I picked Rogue, and I don't know if she was necessarily the best of the 3, but she's the one I'm most interested in playing of the 3. Storm was the other option, and then a dupe on DPX. DPX dupe actually wouldn't have been a bad thing, because I pair him with Nick all the time, and the dupe allows him to cause a bleed on every hit. So that would, especially in incursions, be not too bad, because you have all those bleed hacks. So I could actually get some use for him in incursions if he was duped, but yeah, I'm not going to be playing Rogue anytime soon, but I could see playing around with her at some point. You should get stream elements. Yeah, I know. I see people having commands and stuff come up because of it. We'll see. I also do want to try to tailor a few things a little bit more on the Twitch side of things. Not that I really know how to do anything like that in particular, but it's pretty good. Just relaxing until I have soccer practice later. Very nice. Very nice indeed. What are we at? Okay, we're almost at 2 hours, so I think we'll get through this match, and then that will be that. I might go and have a nap. Okay. I also chose Mutant, and I was looking for Archangel, but my 3 I got were Rogue, Storm and Strife, so I went with Strife, which I'm pretty happy about. Not bad. Not bad at all. Between Rogue and Storm, who would you have taken? That's one way to get things started, eh? Yeah, I think in your case, or if I had the same options, I don't know if I would have gone. No, maybe I would have gone Strife too. I'm just kind of hesitating because I just got him as a 5-star, which for 5 stars I only take them to rank 3. So I don't know how I'm going to dupe him though. And Sig, Tiny, how you doing? How you doing? I'm a bit worried I never got my summer pain rewards. I know there were people that were late on Wednesday, but as far as I know, people ended up getting it. The only thing I could say is to submit a ticket to go BAM and just say that that you haven't received them. I think Rogue, but it's tough because I have 6-star Apocalypse, so maybe Storm for her synergy. Damn, I'm getting hit by everything. Ilias? Is that how you say it? Ilias? Is 6-star unduped white mags worth taking to rank 2? You know, I don't know. Because I have a 6-star unduped white mags. And I want to use them more. I don't have any plans to rank 2 him. I think for the most part, people really only think of him for his pre-fight or his synergies. But I think he has a fair bit of use himself. Maybe not as much as Red Mags, but yeah, you could probably get a fair bit of use out of him on his own. If you don't have other options, then maybe. But the thing is, you got to keep in mind though that the mutant class in general is pretty stacked. So those resources have a lot of value. I think that he's better than Red Mags for non-metals. Really? Because Red Mag's still pretty good against non-metal. Not as good, but... Could Stripe awakened R3 with boost solo every fight in LOL? R3? Most decent R3s, you're not going to have too much of a rough time. But yeah, no, I don't know in particular for Stripe. The only champion I know for sure can solo every fight in LOL is Aegon. I'm sure there's other champions, but he's the only one that I know of for sure. And I realize that is partly how Stripe is sold as an Aegon replacement. But yeah, I don't know. White Mag's got that raw damage, and he doesn't rely on his heavy. Good point. And he's got that nice L1.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so we're going to get to 6 million. Yeah, okay. I was going to finish just at 2 hours, but we'll go with 6 million. Dusty, thank you for the follow. You didn't have my headphones on, so I didn't hear it. I think White Mags gets hyped up too much. I really don't see the hype, and I've tested him. Okay. Yeah, I do want to play around with him a little bit. I haven't. I've only used him for his pre-fight so far. He's not as good as Red Mags when it comes to metals, but when it comes to non-metals, White Mags reign supreme. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, so for the most part, I really don't play a champion unless I have them at least R2 or R5. I don't really even use R4s. So, maybe I'm a bit of a snob. I'm a rank snob. Definitely Stripe can't replace Aegon. Okay. How do I send a ticket? So you come into this screen and you see the little cogwheel up in the top left-hand corner. So you click there, and then you go to support. You click on the support button, and then from there you would just follow the prompts. I'm not going to open it because then it opens up a web browser, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know when Strike first came out, he was really hyped, and his arena was quite hyped too. That, I think, had a big part to do with who was in the featured, though. I think he was absolutely a desired and a worthwhile champion to grind for, but I think he went as high as he did because of who was in the featured. Oh, boy. Hey. No! Oh, good. Ooh. Do you know War Machine can work for Summer Pain, the Dark Hawk lane, better than Red Mags? Okay. But I don't know if you would take Red Mags for that, right? Because you'd also have to do Rogue. Yeah, because you'd also have to do Rogue. I don't know. Oh, maybe War Machine would be better for Rogue. I don't know. No, I never done it myself because I don't want to do Grandmaster Dead. However, he has worked really well. Okay. For Rogue, it's just a skill fight. I didn't get my Summer Pain or White Mags. Not War Machine? Well, who would be WWM? Oh, White Mags. Duh. So, Spidey, after everything's said and done, and knowing what it took, like resource-wise, do you think for your run, do you think the effort and resources was worth, or the rewards that you received was worth the effort? Yeah, I guess we'll do that. If you think a Miss Marvel was worth 5 hours of effort, then you're insane. Yeah, but I mean, it was more than just the crystal opening, right? Like you also got the rank resources, and for one milestone, you're also going to get 5,000 6-star shards in 11 days. Okay, so I guess what I'm getting at, knowing what you know now, if you knew it was going to take you that time, those many resources, would you still do it? Now, don't forget too, like you said, you had 20 people viewing. Maybe you generated some new follows while you were streaming. So there's that part of it too. That's great. Never noticed I had 5-star Spidey already duped. Okie dokie. So we got to 6 million. I've got the 6 stars to run again, which I might just run them once today, and then once tomorrow, and be done with it. Taz, how you doing? Just about to finish here. How's week 10 been working out for you so far? Let's see here. Oh, so we got nobody on the YouTube's side. Let's Let's see. And it doesn't look like we have anybody on. I guess maybe, yeah, it is pretty early, I suppose. Yeah, nobody on Twitch streaming in English. Okay, wow. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot more diverse languages on Twitch. Good, I got completion yesterday. I may do 2 more paths today. Okay. So you're going for full exploration then. Nice. Yeah, so there's nobody for English there and nobody there. Okay, well, that is that. Yeah, so that's it for me. Thanks for coming and hanging out, and I will catch you guys later. Take care.